Well, this morning, in honor of Black History Month, Attorney General Maura Healey hosted a panel discussion on Black health and wellness. And joining us now on CBS News Boston is WBZ Dr. Mallika Marshall. And Doctor, the panel hosted several community leaders, including yourself.
So yes, I was actually thrilled to be asked by the Attorney General to moderate a panel of distinguished experts in the field, including Dr. Charles Anderson, who's President and CEO of the Dimmock Center, and Dr. Valerie Ward, Senior Vice President and Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer at Boston Children's, Tanya Santos, a nurse midwife at Bay State Medical Center, and Michael Curry, who's CEO of the Massachusetts Leagues of Community Health Centers. And then the AG's office gave presentations on efforts being made to address barriers to care, the housing crisis, and climate change, which disproportionately affects communities of color. It was a great panel.
And during the discussion, were there any themes that stood out to you?
Sure. I mean, we talked primarily about inequities in healthcare in the Black community, including many disparities that existed long before the pandemic and have only gotten worse since, such as mental health problems, access to providers, food insecurity, maternal and infant mortality, feelings in the community that the healthcare system just doesn't value our well-being, or that we're not heard, that our care is not a priority. So they're big themes.
Monumental problems. So were there any solutions offered?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, they pointed out that, getting awareness out through events like this one this morning were really important. And then specific efforts by healthcare centers and hospital systems to address disparities in care. So, for example, Dr. Ward from Children's Hospital talked about efforts to make sure children of color can see people who look like them working in the healthcare field, doctors, nurses, radiology techs, respiratory therapists, and the like. And she mentioned the expression, quote, you can't be what you can't see, which I thought was really poignant. So it was a really interesting discussion this morning, and I hope there'll be some positive outcome from it.
Absolutely. Great work. Dr. Mallika Marshall, thank you as always.
You're welcome.